turn up and on time for scheduled meetings with your academic advisor, ensuring that there is documentation of the discussions held with that advisor. It is your responsibility to complete module evaluations at the end of each semester so we as a university can know how you are being impacted through each semester. It is your responsibility to make yourself aware of the deadlines set by the institution and to meet these deadlines. It is your responsibility to be aware of the requirements for successfully completing assignments on time and at the agreed standards. FENC, Faculty of Engineering and Computing, welcomes you as the new group of adults. Adults who will seek guidance when needed. Adults who will carry out their responsibilities. Adults poised for success of being awarded a university degree of value. I welcome you and look forward to serving you while you are here. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Isaacs. We will welcome at this time Mr. Richard Barrett, Acting Head of the School of Computing and Information Technology, to make his presentation. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Compute and computing. So welcome again. For those who were here before, at the start, we had an interactive session. So I'll just give you my message. Welcome. You have made a bold step by joining the university, and those who will be a part of the School of Computing and Information Technology SCIT. You are now in the largest computing school in a tertiary institution in the English-speaking Caribbean. You have a very talented, dedicated faculty who will support you. You have made a bold step in that now you are charting your future, your professional future. Your program will be between 4 to 7 years. In that time, you will do a lot of modules. You'll have a lot of interaction. In addition to that, it's not just academics. We have clubs. We even have SAPNA, which is a club that you do development for the private sector and the public sector. So you develop software for them. You develop solutions for them. You have many different clubs, many different interaction. You have internship. You will have major project come to the end of your program. And I would like to say that we welcome you. We look forward to supporting you. You have made a bold step, and we would want you to be successful as much as possible. As I did before, I spoke about the GPA. I spoke about the grades, how they impact your degrees. And as I said, you have the highest first class, below that upper second class, then lower second class, and then pass. You need to distinguish yourself, differentiate yourself. And so it is up to you. You own your degree. We will support you in every way possible with lectures, tutorials, labs, internship, projects, academic advisement, but you need to own your degree. You need to say, I want to achieve this. You are going to do modules that maybe are not to your liking, but that's a challenge. That's what you will face in life. You're going to have challenges in life, and you need to overcome them by focusing how to go beyond them, strategize to go beyond those challenges. And so, you are in a faculty, in a school that we like to think ourselves as trendsetters, because we are trendsetters. There's so many areas that I could go in, how the School of Computing has impacted not just the Jamaican sphere, but the wider Caribbean and the diaspora. We have graduates in all aspects of life, in Europe, Southeast Asia, North America, South America, Central America, in companies that you know, Google, Microsoft, Amazon. They are SCIT graduates there also. And so we're giving you the opportunity to excel. And what I want you to do is within yourself, say, I am the best. And in closing, let me ask you a question. Of a world of roughly 7 billion persons, who is the fastest man over 100 meters? You saying who? Which country does he come from? Which country does Usain Bolt come from? Jamaica. So we are the best, you are the best, be the best as you can be. All right. Thank you and welcome again.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Faculty of Engineering and Computing Orientation 2022. We're winding down. Don't be listless. We're winding down. We welcome at this time Mr. Kevin Johnson, Acting Program Director for the Computer Networking and Security course, who will be introducing our guest speaker. Thank you, Mr. Josephs. Ladies and gentlemen, change your position.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm just here to introduce the keynote speaker for today. Mr. Christopher Rickard is the Chief Executive Officer for the leading information technology support organization, Utech Limited, Jamaica's only pure-play IT outsourcing and managed services provider. Chris has over 33 years of experience in the delivery and implementation of information technology and digital transformation solutions, and is a regular speaker on many IT and IT security forums in Jamaica. Chris is also currently a member of the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, and serves as the chairman of the Innovation and Digital Transformation Committee. His other passion in the world is that of wine and wine education. This led him to form his own wine club, which saw members starting Jamaica's first wine-only bar, Bin 26 Wine Bar in Devon House. Chris currently writes a weekly column in the Jamaica Observer Thursday Life section on wines. Chris is happily married to Kerry-Ann and have 2 beautiful daughters. Ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished faculty members, help me welcome our keynote speaker for today, Mr. Christopher Rickard.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you, Kevin, for that short bio. Thank you, folks. Hope everybody's hearing me well, and I am not planning to be here for too long. I was just asked to virtual background is still loading. Use video, start video in a way. Okay. So can everybody hear me? Let me just get a thumbs up. Yes, no? Kevin, can you hear me? Okay, good to see you.
Yes, sir. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, Chris, we can hear you very loud.
All right, great. So I want to make sure. Thank you very much. All right, folks. So when Dr. Thorpe reached out to me to have a few words here, and then I saw the topic I was supposed to talk about, I was like, whoa, this is not usually the topic I speak on. Typically, I talk about cybersecurity, IT outsourcing, digital transformation, and recently I've been talking about NIDS, national identification, and other things related to government. But this time I was asked to just talk about, unleashing your purpose and passion and the power within you as students starting this new journey of your life. So I paused and I thought, you know what? I came to this organization. I was part of this school. It was called something different when I came. When I came, it was called CAS, College of Arts and Technology. And so I said to myself, you know what would I have liked for somebody to have told me at that tender age of, I think I was 18 when I started, or 19, what would I have liked to have seen? And I said to myself, you know what? The topic that I'm going to actually share my screen, so can someone allow me to share my screen? I do have a few slides that I've created. So please allow me to share screen. I am told that I can't share screen right now. Okay, I can now share screen. Thank you very, very much. So let me share screen too. So what I want to talk about, even though I have my slides and it talks about the power in you, I'm actually going to change it up. The 7 things I would tell my younger self, right? What would I tell me starting University of Technology at this point in time? And I have about 8 things, although my list says 7. I have about 7 or 8 things I'm going to talk about. And I hope I say it in the crystal clear way and knowledge, and have everyone understand the knowledge and the discussion and the topic that I'm actually talking about. So there are 7 items I want to talk about very quickly. Becoming self-aware, developing a growth mindset, learning the 4 C's, becoming intentional with what you feed your mind, finding a mentor, understanding habits, and then being still. So what does all of this mean? So item number 1 is know yourself, self-aware. What do I mean by this? After leaving CAS, I became a teacher. I started out life teaching first, and after teaching, I ended up in the information technology space because I taught electronics. When I went to CAS, I was in the tech ed department. I wanted to go into engineering. I came into CAS too young, and so I kind of spent 1 year in tech ed learning how to teach, and I realized, I actually like teaching, so I stayed. And then I left with my diploma. At the time, we didn't have degrees. And when I left, ended up in the teaching fraternity, which I actually enjoyed tremendously. But it did not fulfill my economic. In other words, it couldn't pay me what I wanted to pay at the time. I'm not too sure if the teaching profession has changed, but at the time I had to find a different vocation, which I ended up in technology, which is why which is currently my job. So what I ended up learning in that journey is that there are certain things that you're very good at, and there are some things that you're not good at. And sadly, our education system, and I hope I'm not knocking any teachers here right now, sadly, some of our education systems trying to make us into this very round person that we learn everything. But my message here to everyone is that understand your superpower, understand your unique ability, understand what you're talented, understand what your strength is. Because when you get out there in the working world, you can make the decision around focusing on specifically what you're very good at, and you can work with a team of people for the things that you need to achieve that you're not excellent at. Then you can work with somebody else to handle that component. So that is the key thing, right? The other key thing that I'd like to talk about, that I'd like to remind you of, and part of this knowing yourself, by the way, is that there's a fair amount of tests that you can actually do out there. That, has anyone ever done a personality assessment? You can go on a website called 16personalities.com and do that one for free. You can do a Colby assessment. You can do Strengths Finder. Enneagram. There's a whole bunch of tests that you can do out there to understand personality profiles, understand behavioral profiles. But more importantly, it's just for you to understand the things that you like doing and are good at, and the things that you're not doing. So that's number one. Number two is develop what I call develop a growth mindset. There's a lady by the name of Carol Dweck that wrote a book called Mindset, amazing book. And she talks about the whole idea and concept of a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. And, this fixed mindset talks about, when I'm frustrated, I give up, the things that I can't do and what I can do, versus me, and I've had to learn this, how to switch my mind around, that I can learn anything. Anything that's out there, I can learn. Anything that is out there that I think that will facilitate my job, facilitate my business, or just my personal self, I can go learn it. There's a course for everything. There's a book on everything. And so that's just one aspect of a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. I mean, I have friends out there that, I sit down and talk with them about things that I do, and they're asking me, Chris, how you do all of these things? How you got into this whole wine thing, you got into this whole, I hike every Saturday, since COVID, I bought a bicycle, and I've been riding these long rides, anywhere from 20 to 50 miles. And of course, I work out pretty avidly. I try to, because, I'm not the slimmest guy in the world. I'm trying to get there, right? So the whole idea is you can learn anything and develop a growth mindset. That's number two. Now, I have a mentor, let me start over. I have a coach that I use. And one of the things that we get as part of this coaching program is we get quarterly updates and quarterly books that teach you new concepts around how to think and how to develop and, success, and what's your definition of success and how to move towards that definition of success. So one of the things that Dan Sullivan, who runs the organization called Strategic Coach, taught us recently is this concept of the 4 C's of success. And what are the 4 C's of success? It speaks about commitment, courage, capabilities, and confidence. And one of the things that he reminds us of is that any single solitary thing new that we need to do in life, so starting school like we're starting now, starting a new job, anything like that, takes really and truly, when you boil down all the fanciness that people do all over the world, the first speaker a while ago asked the question, who's the fastest person in the world over 100 meters, and we all know it's Usain Bolt. Bolt had to make a commitment. He had to say, what, I am going to do this. Coach Mills, sit with me. I'm going to do this. Did he know he could do it at the first time he tried? No. We saw the videos. We saw what happened at the World Games, many years ago. When he didn't even come on the podium. But then he made a commitment, and in making that commitment, you develop the courage, and you go through and you do the training, and through that entire training process, you develop the capability, and then now you get more confident until you start to win. Or start to do what you need to learn to do, whether it's a new language, whether it's a new subject, whatever you decide to choose to do, you have to understand that everything starts out with making a commitment first. So it's massively important that we understand this very basic formula. You must make anything that looking daunting for you. Seriously, you sit down there and somebody, boy, I can't do this. No. Make a commitment, you're going to do it. Right? Once you make that commitment, you're going to feel the courage well up inside you that, all right, I'm going to go for it. And then, of course, once you start to train or do what you need to do, you get the capability and build the confidence. So that's a little high level. Dan Sullivan, you can search for it online. If you go to their website, you can actually download it for free from the Strategic Coach website. Download that book. Book is about 70 pages, easy to read, right? Now, next important thing is be very, very, very intentional what you feed your mind. A lot of us out there are living off of TikTok and living off of Snapchat and Instagram. And you don't think that this thing is affecting you. You don't think that it's making a contribution and thinking about what it's actually doing to you. And you look at people and you say, well, oh man, what this person doing this weekend, Lord of mercy, me sit down on my yard and study. No, you have to be very intentional with what you feed your mind. What books are you reading? What podcasts are you listening to? What YouTubes are you watching? Right? We enter into a development stage of our life now. The things you read and watch and follow make a massive, massive, massive difference. Very, very, very important. So in terms of personal development, These are some of the top personal development books in the world. Two of these books are written in the 1930s. I have read them all. I have read them all 2 or 3 times, right? Choose the books and look for the writers, that people that have achieved what you want to achieve, and look for their books and read them. Massively important. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, How to Win Friends and Influence People were massively inspirational to me when I left CAS and started my life journey. So it's very, very important, ladies and gentlemen, that you feed your mind with information and knowledge that will help you take it to the next level. For teenagers, I recommend using this book called Success for Teens, or The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. Massively important. They give you a solid foundation and things to think about, right? Now, speaking about habits, the next thing that I want to mention is understand habits. Understand how habits are formed, understand how you can break habits. 2 books that I read that inform me tremendously is a book by the name of Atomic Habits by James Clear and Tiny Habits by B.J. Fogg. Right? Both of them are very advanced in their fields. And something simple as, for me, starting to exercise in the morning, take out my clothes from the night before, put it down at a certain place that I'm going to see it, just develop small habits like that. You notice that both of these books on habits, written by 2 different people, 2 different times, 2 different years they were written, both of them have something connotating or suggesting that you have to start small. One of them is Atomic Habits, and the other one is Tiny Habits. You have to start it small. You can't develop any big thing. I do a hike every Saturday morning by jumping out there. I have to start small by walking around the neighborhood first. So understand how habits are formed, understand how habits can be broken, and create your own very good habits, whatever those might be. Another suggestion that I'm making is potentially, if possible, for you to find a mentor. Find someone that is doing what you want to do. I had to do that before I became CEO of Utech, this company that I'm now at. My business partner and founder of the company, we sat and discussed it, and looked out there in Jamaica, and I ended up sitting down with Danny Williams. Don't know if anybody know that name, former CEO of Sagicor and Life of Jamaica, as a mentor. I sat with him for 2 to 3 hours every month, and learn from him. A mentor is different from a coach, as we are different from a consultant. But if possible, find a mentor. My wife gave me this book for Christmas several years ago. It's a big, fat, thick book that has a lot of advice from a lot of different people. Every now and then I pick it up and just open to a chapter and just read something interesting. As I said, Tribe of Mentors. This one is very, 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 very interesting. And this, I think, is my last on my list, is be still. And stillness can mean different things for different people, whether it's meditation, whether it's prayer, but learn the art of becoming still. Sometimes you end up in some problems in your life. Sometimes you end up in a situation at school or in a project that you're doing, whether it's work or life, and you need to figure out how to solve it. Either you can talk to somebody, but a lot of times we know the answers internally. How do you get to that answers internally? You have to be still. And be still, as I say, either mean going into prayer or going into meditation, but learn and understand what that whole concept is. I hear some other noise and some, like a keyboard or something playing. I'm not sure what that is, but so in summary, this is the list of 7 that I had put together for today. I was given a very, very short time. I want everybody to really think about them. I can email this to both Sean and Kevin, and they can distribute it. So become very self-aware, develop a growth mindset, learn the steps to success, which is the 4 C's. Become very intentional in what you feed your mind. If possible, find a mentor. Understand habits and form some good ones, and learn to be still. Last but not least, I'm going to add a last one here. Health and wellness, especially at this time, just coming through the pandemic, is massively important. Sleep and exercise are absolutely important. Do not buy into the fallacy or the false notion that you have heard, you sleep when you're dead, or sleep is for the weak. No, massively, massively important. Get your solid night's sleep and try to add some exercise in what you're doing. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, 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 very much. And I wish you massive success in everything that you do. This institution has helped me, and I am here because of University of Technology. Thank you very much. Thanks, Dr. Thorpe, for inviting me to speak. Next time, I'd like to do this in person if possible.
You're welcome.
Somebody's asking me to repeat the list. So in summary, the list is become self-aware. Know yourself, understand who you are, and understand what you're capable of, understand your strengths and your weaknesses, right? Work on your strengths, find somebody else to deal with the weaknesses, right? That's what we do in business, might not be so in school. Develop a growth mindset, understand what that means. You can Google it. The beauty with, when I was going to school, there was not named Google, there was not named cell phone. What I'm doing on Zoom wasn't invented yet, right? So develop a growth mindset. Learn the 4 C's. Any single solitary thing in life you can learn, right? Learn that you have to make the commitment first, then you'll develop the courage, then you get the capabilities, and then you will have the confidence to keep doing what you're doing. Become very intentional with what you feed your mind. Remember, all the stuff you listen to on social media, it is doing something in your brain, whether you believe it or not. I have 2 children, and I have 2 teenagers, a 15-year-old and a 17-year-old, and they don't seem to understand when I tell them that all of the stuff they're watching on social media is affecting their mind, until there were some examples and they start to realize, no, be very careful what you put in your head. Find a mentor if possible, find someone who's doing what you want to do, and see if you can get to talk to them. If not, you can use books and other things like that as mentors. It does not have to be specifically a person in front of you. Understand how habits are formed, study habits. Those two are the best books out there on habits. I actually put them out here. Tiny Habits or Atomic Habits. 2 are the best book on habits that are on the market. Understand how habits work. By the way, I read a lot. I read anywhere between 30 to 50 books a year. I try to just do 1 book a week, right? I interchange between the physical book, a Kindle book, and also audio, because I live about 40 minutes or 30 minutes from my office. So on the way to, I listen to audiobooks, on the way from, I listen to audiobooks. I don't know a lot of the news and radio thing, because that is just messing up my head. And so find a mentor and then be still. Learn about meditation, or some people it's prayer, but understanding the whole concept of being still. And an example I give a lot of times with the whole thing about being still is, imagine you have a jar with sand in there. You shake up the sand. You know, that's how your mind is sometimes. You put on the jar, it sits there for a while, all the sand settles to the bottom, clarity. So understand that you have that power to go into clarity. So that was a short list that I was asked to repeat a while ago. And last but not least, take care of your health and wellness. Exercise. I exercise every morning. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Let me see if there's any other questions in the chat. Any questions anybody have, by the way? Any questions? All right, asked me to repeat. I repeated, and then, all right. So somebody's coming to my office, John, today? Wow, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I'm coming by quickly to hand over the thank you.
Oh Lord, no problem, man. No. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Any other questions, folks? I hope I didn't go step over my time.
Guys, you have an amazing opportunity to ask Mr. Records question. I know you're curious. He's the hallmark of success.
Oh Lord,
he has provided some tips. Yes. There is a question, sir. There is a question.
Chadwick, yes, I said Chadwick asked. Yes, we do actually offer internships. However, we are retweaking what our internships are right now. So Utech is a cybersecurity information technology support organization. So our internships are going to be laser focused around those specific areas, right? We do in fact are working on right now a specific 6-month internship, because what we want to do is pull folks to come in, and then out of 6 folks we'll probably keep the best 1 or 2. But we're working on a program right now to make sure that we create the right documentation so we can share with somebody like send it to Sean or Kevin, and those folks can present information to the relevant persons who are interested. Another question is, you were saying the effect social media has. I was wondering what that was, even if it is unrelated. Simple, Doran Johnson has a question. I was saying the effect of social media. No, so what happens? Understand that media is powerful, you know. Media causes us to do things. Media influences us. Media tells us over the years what's good or what's bad. And now we have this thing called social media. And when we sit down, and some people call it doom scrolling, you sit down and scrolling over and over and over and over the endless Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat or TikTok, whatever it is, whatever information you're seeing there, whether you believe it or not, it's affecting how you think and it's influencing things that you do, right? So that is why I said, careful about the effect of social media has on your mind.
Yes.
In a learning situation right now, focus on the learning. Somebody asked me what study habits you would recommend. Look, no, that is dependent on you. One size does not fit all in education. So if you find that you can laser focus and hold your head down for a good 45 minutes with nonstop, block times. In business, that's what they tell us. You know, I'm a 90-minute person. I can laser focus or get in the zone. Get in the zone for 90 minutes and then I have to take a break after that. Then I jump back in a project for 90 minutes. So understand what is your sweet spot and just develop a habit around it.
Great.
Right? Everyone's thing will be different. All right. Any question?
So we have questions in the room. We have 2 microphones. If you have your questions, you may step to the microphone and direct your question. Don't want to keep you very long, sir, but we have to, utilize the opportunities that are available to us. So go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Record?
Yes, sir.
You spoke about mentorship and finding mentors. Do you have any mentorship slots available?
Not at this time, because I have been kind of booked out because I've been telling the story over and over again. And every time I tell it, people ask me. So thank you very much for asking. But for me right now, look, here's what I will do. Speak to Dr. Thorpe, and what I will do is I have to work out something special for Cass. Cass was good to me, right? So let me work with either Kevin Johnson or Dr. Sean Thorpe around providing some sort of a slots where, let's say I come up there on a Friday morning or something like that and spend 2 hours. Let me see what I can work out.
Appreciate it.
All right?
Thank you.
Respect.
Are there any other question in the room, from the room? All right, sir. Sir, we want to thank you for taking the time out to really speak with us this morning. I'm sure we have benefited from the discourse, and I'm sure that our students here, both physically here and in Zoom land, would have benefited from the nuggets and the tips that you have shared for achieving success. Thank you.
Again, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope somebody took notes. I see a question here about dropping in the list in the chat. I will try to do that in the chat. I actually have a PowerPoint that I created with a list of book recommendations I did a few years ago. Can I attach a list? No, I can't attach a list to this chat, no?
Please share with me, Mr. Rickard.
All right, I'll send it to Kevin Johnson.
Okay, great. So at this time, we will be hearing from our head of the School of Engineering, Mr. O'Neill Joseph, and his presentation will be followed by a steel band presentation from the Utech Center for the Arts, after which our student representative will have an interactive session with our students. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now be hearing from the head of the School of Engineering, Mr. O'Neill Joseph.
It is my pleasure to welcome new and returning students to the School of Engineering. Students are at the heart of our operations. Teaching, research, assessment, administration, and development activities are all geared to make your experience in the school a memorable one. Even if you're experiencing challenges in any of these areas, lecturers, admin staff, and the head of school is available to resolve these and to make your experience a memorable one. The focus of the academic year ahead is the development of the school and the improvement of the students' experiences. As a result, our departments are organized to allow for the best experience our resources will allow. There are several new initiatives, new courses of study developments, partnerships, conferences, and research activities that are all being planned with you in mind. Students, you must know that you are a part of a legacy in the School of Engineering, Utech, Jamaica, covering 6 decades of providing Jamaica, the region, the international markets with technical and engineering education. Our graduates have gone on to become leaders in government and industry. You will become a part of this strong legacy. A degree in the School of Engineering is the sum total of your experience. April 2022, the School of Engineering hosted one of the most significant events in railway engineering in the country, perhaps historically. The event saw a delegation from the UK-based University of Birmingham, world leaders in railway engineering, participating in the planning and execution of the event. We have subsequently signed an MOU with the University of Birmingham to cooperate in areas of technology and knowledge transfer. This is a major partnership and the development for the school. Partnerships, therefore, will dominate our approach to strategic planning and development. Already we have 5 other partners with whom we have had advanced discussions and with whom we will, in short order, be asking to shake hands. The coming year will also be quite active in respect to new course of study development. New and innovative programs will be developed. The anticipation is that these courses of study will be introduced by the start of academic year 2022-2023. These programs will address matters of financial engineering, electric vehicles, health systems, and much more. New and returning students will have the opportunity to transfer into these programs. To be able to serve you better, the school will continue to reflect on itself in terms of staff development and infrastructure improvements. We will be seeking and onboarding staff with the talent and passion to strengthen our existing body of academic, technical, human resources. We are of the view that continuous development is the key to our success, and as a result, we will have a mix of steep industry and academic staff complement from local and other universities. Much more could be said, but at this point, it is worth reiterating. Students are at the heart of what we do. All of our activities and partnerships, developments, and improvements are designed to allow you, our students, the best set of experiences we can provide. In closing, we encourage you that while you study, make sure you enjoy it. Make the best of this experience. It could very well serve to define the rest of your life's experiences. See you at school.
Thank you, Mr. Joseph, for that presentation. Well, thank you, Mr. Joseph. Ladies and gentlemen, change your position. At this time, we will be hearing from the Utech Center for the Arts Steel Band. winding down. Don't be listless. We're winding down. We welcome at this time Mr. Kevin Johnson, Acting Program Director. And we had shifted the program a little bit because we would have to accommodate our guest speakers, so certainly we would have moved that item forward. So at this time, we're going to be engaging in a question and answer segment, and this will be managed by our student representatives, and so you'll be given an opportunity to interact, and you will be also given an opportunity to get some prizes, right? Who wants some goodies? Nobody want goodies? All right, don't worry yourself. I'm sure when you see what we have to give away, then you'll be inclined to participate.
All right, so I'm going to deal with dead vibes, you know. So I'm going to need to do a vibe check. All right, so all the engine people in the room, you know the thing already. When I say one school, what you must say? I'm not here, you know. When I say one school, what I must say? Come on, man. You can't flop me like this. All right. So we're going to do it. After 2, 1, 2. One school. All right, me need it a little louder than that. Fells not here, you know. You need to shake the building. Me telling this last night, you know. So one school. Lord God, I'm tired. All right, so what you say now? What the skip bulldogs them there? No, man, a puppy that. A puppy that. No, man, puppy. All right, make we try that again. So want to say strictly skitly? My side, easy. Yo, engine, let me show you something. Yo, bulldogs, strictly skitly. Yo, bulldogs, strictly skitly. Period. No man, when I sound hungry too. What can buy them KFC? Easy one too. Remember that, you know, link her afterwards. She'll be giving you a tour. Don't let her run away. All right. So we're going to give you guys the opportunity to ask some questions, and then we're going to go into a little vibes, and then we're going to go back to the regular programming. That sound cool? All right. Wonderful. So there are 2 mics, as you were advised before. If you have any questions, you can go to either of the mics, and we will answer as best as possible. For those on Zoom, please feel free to ask your questions as well, and they will be addressed. All right? So I don't know everything. Oh, no good. So I want to select modules. On the good. On the second for school. Ready for Monday. 8 a.m. bright and early. Boy. On the good for sure. Kadisha, I think we just did an excellent job. Yeah, man, and thank you guys for being such excellent students. Really and truly, not stress you out like the rest of the year group them. Well, me can say that. But going to ask the selector up top to give us a little vibes in the afternoon. You know, a little bounce, a little flinging off the shoulder, something. Well, DJ in our audience? No.
Disaster music.
All right, so we're going to have a little vibe session. So just give me like 6 engine students. We're not going to get things, man. Don't worry yourself. We're not. Yeah, yo, the engine ravers. I just need like 6 engine students. We're going to flood the floor. I know my bulldogs and my ravers already, you know. Yo! Right. When I come off, you can shame me, you know. Yo. Micah, Amandi, Julian, Tiana, Khalil.
Ravens! We take it!
You know what I'm come for now?
After the show, it's after party then. After the party, it's hotel lobby then. After the NSC, we burn our
can't
stuff.
see that,
And
so
after
the
a couple man, no, my gal, I forget it. Yes, ma, back it up, the kid have money I spend. All of me team, they so show the whole of your friend. Matalana sing out to me, sending back his own 10. When everybody a show, three of us, them are together. So watch the booms. Skip your ready me there. Swing your one from left to right, me know this I go mad there. Beat them like a whipping on me, and me now look no friend. Enough of them, they hear a talk when them see we them not in nothing. Booms, hop, make sure you swing your one there. When them come to you with argument, make sure you run them.
Alright,
I live for life, I make money, we not a problem. I'm a gotcha to make us say them bad.
So it seems like myself and Kishan are the only clowns today. No problem. We're here for your entertainment.
Mr. Barrett. Come on, Mr. Barrett.
Literally. I know I'm free. Sometimes, you remember the thing when dying was.
Testing. Okay, cool. All right, so greetings again, everybody. So I'll be relaying the questions to you on Zoom. So the first question is there a SKIT WhatsApp group and CNS WhatsApp group? And would it be possible to send the link in the chat?
All right, yes, there is a SKIT WhatsApp group and there is a CNS group. Just a random question, right? How many first years from SKIT? That good? Okay. All right, so how many first years can SKIT here are not in the first year group? Just raise your hand. All right, no worry, we'll deal that later. So yes. Yes, so I'll ask someone. Good? Okay. So I'll ask someone in Zoom land to just send the groups. I'll resend Tiana, can you just resend the first year group links, please? And then you guys can just share it on the Zoom, please, and thanks.
Tested. Okay, so there's also a question about the WhatsApp group for mechanical engineering.
Yes, there is a WhatsApp group for the mechanical engineering. If that individual is a part of the general SOE group, then we will gladly resend all the program links in there. If not, it will be sent in there shortly in the Zoom chat.
Okay, cool. Somebody's asking when they're able to take their ID pictures.
Well, the procedure is you take in your medical. The medical center will give you a slip of paper so that you can go to safety and security, which the entrance can be found right where the golf carts are beside administration, and you will go up there and take your ID pictures. I believe we were informed that they already started taking those pictures. So if that's not the case, can someone let me know, please? Okay.
Somebody's saying that they're still not seeing the option to select modules, so they would have to reach out to you.
Okay. If it is a case where you are a student coming from a community college, then you need to take in your transcript so that they can free up the students tab for you.
Somebody's asking, if you're registered to the Papine campus, can you take the ID picture at the Mobe campus?
I'm not sure. Oh, yes, you can. You can.
How long does the processing of transcripts take?
How long? Currently, admissions has a backlog, so it may take about 2 or so weeks to get them processed. Don't take my word for it. Yeah.
All right, somebody's also asking how they can drop a module.
Okay, so we have this wonderful system called AddDrop. The link is on the Utech website. You go over on the Students tab, you scroll down the long list, and you look for online AddDrop. But please, me a beg you, complete uno 10-step enrollment process before no go over there and tell me say system now work. Thank you very much. You have to complete that in order to be able to do AddDrop. If it is that you miss AddDrop, there's another wonderful thing called module withdrawal, and you have up to week 5 to get that done and actually get back money.
Also, I'd like for every single student in here to note that AddDrop does not resolve clashes. It's not going simple. It's not going to happen. All right? So if it is that a class is full, you can speak to your rep and they can lobby on your behalf for class spaces. But if it is that you want to do maths and it's clashing with language arts, if it is that you want to do maths and it's clashing with language arts, for example, AddDrop is not going to resolve the issue. Okay?
All right, so the other question is, how do you set up the student email?
All right, so the instructions to do the setup for the student email can be found on your student portal on the home page, leftmost column, up at the top. I believe it's a case where they're not allowing you as yet. I'm not sure what the holdup is, but that was the last update that I received with regards to signing into the email. 2 weeks? Oh, okay, all right, yes. That's it.
All right, so one final question. The same question with Papine and Mobe campus. The medical can be taken to the Mobe campus as well?
I would like to think so, but please call them and ask them first. I'm hearing yes? I'm hearing yes. Okay.
Oh, did I say final question? One more question. I wasn't, all right, so somebody wasn't there yesterday, so they want to know how can they sign up for clubs and societies?
Okay, the union has a website, and that website has a section for clubs and societies, and I believe the sign-up is made available there. It will be shared with you guys. That's why it's important to be in the year groups so that you can get your information and to follow the Instagram and Snapchat and all them something there. It's for your information. Please read. Please read. All right, cool. So no little vibes, or we mash up a time for the vibes. We have time for one song? All right, so unfortunately, we'll have to go back to the regular programming on a flop way. Yes, so we had to answer questions instead. Yes, so we will resume our regular programming at this time. Thank you for sticking and staying with us and being so very attentive. Such a wonderful crowd. Big up on yourself.
Now that we have gone through our question and answer segment, we will ask of you at this time to pause as we take you on a virtual tour of the Faculty of Engineering and Computing. You know, sometimes we're faced with challenges, and one such challenge is when we had to pivot to satisfy the need of this unprecedented period of our lives. And we all have been affected by COVID in one way, shape, or form. Now, it became challenging, yes, I will agree. But hear what? If you doubt your ability to be a success, I guarantee you, with these testimonials from our students, I'm sure you will have the fighting spirit to persevere and do well.
Hey Knights, welcome to the University of Technology Jamaica. I am Raquel Bailey, outgoing Vice President for the School of Computing and Information Technology. Navigating university life can be challenging, especially since you have to adapt to new changes and have a whole host of new experiences to go through. It makes it all the more harder when you have a pandemic going through. When the pandemic first started, it was very confusing, especially for the students. We didn't know what would happen or the course the pandemic would take. We had to shift from face-to-face classes to online classes, which was not done before. I didn't know what to do, but my mindset was very simple. I knew the courses that I was doing and the lecturers associated for these courses, as well as their contact information. The university and the Utech Students Union also had announced what we're doing and how we're going to navigate the pandemic with the platforms that we are going to use. Yes, it was confusing. Yes, it was challenging, but it was doable. We had constant motivation from lecturers and students alike as we're all going through different changes. It was doable, challenging, but doable. And if I could do it, you can do it too. Remember to enjoy your stay at the University of Technology Jamaica. But remember, most importantly, that it's not all about academics. You have to have the skills to pivot into the working world. Just remember, it is doable. And if I can do it, you can do it too.
Listen to these testimonials from our students, and these will serve as nuggets to help you in your journey.
Hey everyone, my name is TJ Stevens, and I am a third-year chemical engineering student. So when I started the Utech, I started in pretty much the same year that COVID started, and so it was really online for most of my first-year courses. And going into Utech, it was a bit of a culture shock for me because I wasn't used to having night classes or 3-hour lab sessions that you guys will pretty much soon get acquainted to. And I remember, especially in my first year, I had a course that required me to use AutoCAD. And at first, I was a bit skeptical because I've never used the software before, and the course was a very limited time frame. And I realized that, hey, if I'm going to do well in this course, I'm going to have to work extra and overtime for this. So I just put in the work, I emailed the teacher constantly about the work, and I sent the tutorials, and it would actually turn out that I got the highest grade for that AutoCAD module. So I just realized that really and truly, to get through university, really you have to put in the work. You are capable of doing a lot if you put your mind to it. And like continuing in my second year, of course, the courses are gonna get a bit more cumbersome as you go up in your specialty. What I realize is that if you believe in God, it's important that you put God first, or you have something that can help you to stay rooted in why you fell in love with engineering and why you're doing the course. And I believe if you keep doing that or doing those things that remind you of your passion for engineering, you will do great and you will do your best. Now, going in my third year, I decided to apply for the position of mentorship coordinator because I really loved my mentors when I started. They were very key for me in developing my skill set as a first-year student. And I would really like to pass that on to other students. And I think being a mentorship coordinator allows me to do that perfectly. And so far, I would say I'm really enjoying serving you, the first-year students, and even second and third-year students, and the fourth-year students above me. I like to reach out to you guys and get an understanding of what I can do to help. And I just think that this upcoming school year is going to be the best one for me so far. And I hope you guys will be able to say the same.
So you see, you're not alone. If they have done it, certainly you can do it. Now, what would a higher education experience be without having student engagement or student involvement from your student council? So we welcome at this time Ms. Kadisha Cooper, School of Engineering Student Representative, followed by Ms. Kishwana Roberts, School of Computing and Information Technology Student Representative, who will be making their presentation.
Mic check. All right. Hi again, guys. How are you? You're good? Good to know. Thank you for responding and not leaving me hanging. All right. So here we have a quote for you. Wait, before we start, let me get official. So my name is Kadisha Cooper. I'm a School of Engineering representative. I am a final year civil engineering student, right? And here I'll be giving you a presentation, just to give you some heads up on a couple of things and hopefully excite you for the upcoming year. So here we have a quote: be driven, be focused, but enjoy every moment because it only happens once. And that is exactly what university is. All of this will only be experienced once. So take as much as you can, learn as much as you can. All right, so welcome, warlords. Let's get into it. All right, so we'll be speaking about financing your education, knowing your handbook, or SOE committees and clubs, upcoming events and initiatives, becoming a warlord, and how, of course, to reach out to us if you have any further questions. All right, so financing your education, scholarships, bursaries, and grants, and SLB, of course. All right, so here we have a couple videos with some advice from students. I don't think you'll be able to hear it, unfortunately, but we did post it on our Instagram page, so you can access both of the videos there. So basically, they were giving you some tips on how it is.
Third year mechanical engineering student, and fortunate to be an NCV 2021 Paris Scholar.
These are some tips I'd like to share with students who are applying for this scholarship season. Number one, the very first thing, apply. Apply, apply, apply.
It might sound simple, however, a lot of times we look at scholarships and say the requirements don't match us and we aren't fitted for the criteria. However, you never know. Your essay or nothing ventured, nothing gained.
My next tip would be to apply as early as possible. You want to give a good first impression and you want to have enough time to check for any errors in the application as well as to get your documents together.
Thirdly, read thoroughly and follow the instructions, to ensure that you have the requirements as well as the necessary documents.
Don't give them what they didn't ask for, and you don't want to not give them what they did ask for, right?
Not only does this save time, but it puts you in a better position in receiving that scholarship or that grant.
My next tip would be,
don't be afraid to apply to more than one, right? Apply to more than one grant or scholarship. That way you have more opportunities, and with more opportunities, you're in a better position financially.
My next tip would be to ensure that your essay is top tier. You want to ask somebody for help, with it, either looking over it or writing it so that it's as good as possible, right? It can be the difference between you or somebody else with the same qualifications getting a scholarship.
So guys, apply, and all the very best for this scholarship season.
All the best in scholarship season, blessings.
So go out, apply, and all the best for school year ahead.
And these are all regular students. They're not the head of this, or the head, except for the last one. He's your health and safety director, if you're part of the School of Engineering. All them regular students.
Hi everyone, my name is Devon Smith. I'm a final year industrial engineering student. I'm also the recipient of the Linval and Minerva Taylor Scholarship.
Hi, I'm Renee Campbell, an electrical engineering student and an MST Vet scholarship recipient.
Mandem, ladies, good afternoon. Clive here from mechanical engineering, third year. I heard that you guys are not applying for the scholarships that are available to you guys. That's just crazy. You guys need to start applying for these scholarships. They are there, they are for you, and even if you don't think you can get it, apply.
Tips I would give when applying for scholarships would be to get a list of all the scholarships Utech offers, get acquainted with the scholarship officer.
Keep a checklist of all scholarships you plan on applying to, as well as the required documents. That way you can always reference and make sure that nothing gets left out. My second tip is to have all commonly requested documents on hand. So get your recommendation letters, your transcript, everything ready from the start. So if you see any last minute scholarships that you feel like you want to apply to, you can just go. And my last tip is to apply even if you think you might not stand a chance.
Because that's exactly what I did. I'm a living testimony. Last year, I applied like 2 times and got rejected twice. And this third year, I tried, didn't even think about it, just did it and said,
I'm gonna get to you. All right, next slide. All right. So here we have something called Earn and Study and also SLB, right? May I check? All right, cool. So, how many of you? Never mind. SLB is another financial option. It does not pay your ECD in semester 1. You have to find the money yourself. They pay it in semester 2, however. And no, the SLB money does not sit down there and roll over to the next academic year. They take it back. Okay. And please do not pick more modules than the amount of money SLB is giving you. They will not pay for it. You will you will not get a grade. You'll be barred from getting a grade. So please keep in check with your status, keep in check with the amount of money, your modules, all that lovely stuff. Earn and Study Now. This is a program that's facilitated by the Student Welfare Division, which is located at the Student Services Office, and that's right beside the Medical Center. And first years are only allowed to participate within the summer term, unfortunately. Right? After that, you can go summer and semester 1 and semester 2, so on and so forth. All right, so know your handbook. So I believe that these are very important aspects of your handbook. Of course, read the entire thing. But Regulation 3, which deals with the granting of our academic awards, please read it. That will tell you what the grading system looks like. Regulation 4, which is examination, if I remember correctly. So what they expect of you when you're going into examination, what you need to follow. And Regulation 5, this one is very, very important. This one is about academic misconduct, right? Please read it. Do not read it. Yeah, and then there's some other policies like add-drop policy and transfer of credits and also I think academic probation. Yes, read up those things as well so that you're in the know. All right, so we have some upcoming events and initiatives because, we can't just come to school and boring. So here's a sneak peek into some of them. We have like 1,000,001. Hopefully we can get all of them off for you, but these are the major ones. So we have Cultural Energy, which is a cultural concert. Kinetic Energy, which is a soca and water party. Mr. and Miss Engine Pageant, which is a pageant. FYE Week, that is specifically for you, where we try to plan some activities to engage you guys, you can win some prizes, so on and so forth. Engine Goes Green campaign, we're trying to do some recycling, beach cleanups, and tree planting to show that even though we're engineers and a lot of people think that we do more harm than good to the environment, this is our way of giving back to the environment. Warrior Week, this is where we celebrate our warlordness. We are all proud warlords, so please be loud and proud. Spiritual Energy, this is how we usually end the year, thanking God for bringing us through, if it is that you believe in the Lord God Almighty. Engine Premier League, that's our football competition, and I know a lot of you are excited for that, so please look out for that. All right, so becoming a warlord. What does it really mean to be a warlord? This is a clip from, I think, like 2 EPLs ago. Our sports director and our rep at the time and some of the players and so on. Mad crazy vibes. All right, so our advisor to the council, Darren Logan, he says that being a warlord to him means family. So you're around people with the same interests, fighting for our rights, right? And that's why we are here for you as the council to help ensure that you are not being disenfranchised, right? And I said, to me, being a warlord means embodying our motto of one school, one engine. So no one gets left behind, and we're all here for the degree, yes, but we're here for each other as well. We have to help each other. That is how it is in the field. Teamwork literally makes the dream work, guys. All right. So our representative body, members, and some of our clubs. All right, so as warlords, you should be aware of the individuals who are here to make university experience more memorable and seamless for you. All right, so that's me over there looking nice. Then you have Shemore Martin up there looking nice. Nasisia, hi girl, she a big bad pair. When you see the graphics them come out and the promotion on the page and thing, yeah man. She shut up a place. Jada is our executive secretary. She keeps me in check. We have Ajanir, executive assistant. We have Chanel, our director of academic affairs. And of course, the money boss, Tajay Lindsay. Next slide. And for the coordinators now, as you saw in the video before, Renard Mulgrave, who's our health and safety, Shavani Turner, who's our community service, TJ Stevens, who gave the testimonial earlier, and he was here, but I think he left to go and do something for me. He's our mentorship. He's in charge of your first year experience, right? Shanae Montague, she put out the bad graphics them, right? And then we have Joanna Node. Then we have Jonah Node, our entertainment and cultural activities. He is the vibes master. Shania Brooks, our other money boss. Zakili Ellington, we call him Brother Zaki because he's in charge of your spiritual well-being. Samuel Green, he ensures the events happen. Kieran Hodges, he's the one who's out here doing a lot of stuff. We currently have a back-to-school drive. Please make a donation to the back-to-school drive for the students at Grove Primary. Thank you. And finally, Tajay Orr, our sports director. We also have another sports director that recently came on board. His name is Junior Facey. Unfortunately, he's not on the slide. All right, so services offered. In the office specifically, we have printing and binding. We have the engine shop where you can come buy food and juice. Then we have stationery, book, pencil, them kind of something there, and merchandise, so you can look engine everywhere you go. And then those are the logos for the committees. And these are the club logos over here. All right, so here we have the lovely Sharika Smith. She is your JIE president for this academic year. She has a lovely message right there, right? So JIE is an institution for engineers, right? It's dedicated to engineering students. It's a place where aspiring engineers can learn about what happens in the field through field trips and presentations from professional engineers. Every other week, them have somebody come and talk to, like serious mates, right? The club also provides an opportunity for practicing engineers to interact and network with professional engineers and engineering students from various chapters. So you have the UE and the CMU chapters as well. The club's main goal is to produce an elite core of engineers who will improve Jamaica's productive sector and through initiatives, ideas, and critical thinking. So they meet every other Thursday at 3 o'clock, and they hold the meetings via Blackboard Collaborate. All right, and then we have Javon Hales right here. He's an iStruct-E, sorry. And iStruct-E, when you're not having JIE meetings, the other Thursday is iStruct-E meetings. Cool? So he's the president, as I said. It's a direct branch of the iStruct-E Caribbean Regional Group. However, the parent organization is based in London. iStruct-E aims to prepare students to be reputable structural engineers who are held to the highest standards. As such, we promote activities ranging from riveting structural engineering discussions and games to forums with engineers in the industry. Membership is free. However, a minimum of 3 meetings per semester are required to receive certification, at the end. And that's pretty standard. The 3 meetings. If you want official membership, you have to pay like $1,100 or something like that. But you become a student member of the Jamaica chapter, which has its benefits. May I tell you from experience, right? And now we have IEEE, which is just starting back. So please help them as much as possible. This one is really for those who are interested in electronics, electrical, robotics, stuff like that, right? And his name is Brian East, and help out Brian, guys. Help out Brian. No, seriously, because the club has been done for quite some time, so it really needs members. And you get to sign up for all of these clubs. The links will be sent to you for the groups and so on within the year groups. All right, so benefits of joining a club or committee. Yes, please join a committee. It's not too late. Good for scholarship applications, because, people like to say enough. And your resume. Personal development. Trust me, there is a lot of growth involved. Socialization and networking, of course. And, fun and entertainment as well. All right, so a lot of you were asking about the welcome kit. So those are the prices for the welcome kits. And that's what's in each welcome kit. And we took up a survey, so we're currently working on those for you to have them by the 1st or 2nd week of September. And how to get in contact with us? Yes, me don't talk. This is it, guys. So you can scan the form if you have a nice fancy phone and fill out the survey briefly. Follow us there for giveaways to come in the future. Stay up to date with us. Thank you for listening to me, guys. I really appreciate it. Yes. Any questions? No? Wonderful. Beautiful. It means I was, detailed enough. I'm asking you guys to give us a moment, please, while we sort out the other presentation.
Good day, my fellow Bulldogs. I am Kishana Roberts, and I am your SCIT student representative. Let me just take the time out to extend a massive warm and welcome to each and every one of you for the academic year 2022 to 2023. Taking a look at the theme, the power of you unlocking your purpose and passion, I truly do hope that this is something we continue to do this year and for the upcoming years to come. My job as your representative is not only to ensure that you all have a pleasant experience, but also to ensure that you are all able to have a smooth transition throughout each semester. Welcome once more to the birthplace of greatness. And remember, everything we do it as a unit. All right, and throughout the slide, you'll be able to see some faces of the SCIT council members. Who are we? The SCIT Council consists of students from first year to final year who volunteer and dedicate their time to assist students who are facing academic issues throughout all year groups. Our aim is to serve and represent to the best of our ability in a timely manner. We will update the students of the SCIT student population with important notices relating to academic issues, events, and scholarship/bursaries given. We are not only a team, but we are a family, and we are here to serve you.
Wagwan Big Bad Bulldogs. I am Tiana Larman and I am your Director of Academic Affairs for this upcoming school year. And let me be one of the first to say, welcome to the University of Technology Jamaica. And of course, to the best school there is, the School of Computing and Information Technology. I hope you're all excited to experience different aspects of university life as we move into this hybrid modality, and I would encourage you all to not just focus on academics, as important as it is, but also take the time out to join a few clubs, if even one at least, and make some new friends. You know, this is the opportunity for you to network as well. You won't regret it. Therefore, once again, welcome to Utech, the birthplace of greatness. And if you have any academic issues, don't be afraid to reach out to me.
So let's just speak a little about the chain of command. Your first point of contact whenever there is an issue or query should be your program representatives, and then to your coordinators, from your coordinators to your directors, from your directors to the deputy representative, and from the deputy representative to myself, the SCIT representative. Here are some general tips that I personally believe will work well in your favor for this academic year. My advice is to be patient with your progression, right? At this time, it can feel like you're surrounded by prodigies and you're not cut out for it, but just know that you have what it takes to become successful. Another tip I will share with you, first year of university can be an overwhelming time for incoming students who are adjusting to a new routine. But as you progress, stay focused and get complacent. Get involved. Do something other than academics that you enjoy, such as joining a club. We have many clubs that are offered at the university and clubs specific to SCIT, which we'll speak on later down. And here are some of the SCIT council members. Once again, the SCIT council team consists of directors, coordinators, program representatives, and myself. Some of the upcoming events that we have, despite SCIT modules being online, we do outside modules which may result in us having to come on campus for those classes, right? But we do plan to give you guys somewhat of a experience on campus, of university experience, where we'll have academic forums, movie nights that will be face-to-face, games night that will be face-to-face, and you know, we're bringing back big bad syntax, so you guys can look out for that. All right, so just some of the clubs that are offered on the SCIT are the Google Developer Student Club and SAPNA. So let me just tell you a little about the Google Developer Student Club. With the aid of modern techniques, the Google Developer Student Club, otherwise known as GDSC, specializes in web and app development. In addition, they host events relating to technology to prepare students for the workforce. SAPNA aims to enhance the technical skills of students through enterprise softwares, application development, and deployment. Thank you all very much, and do have a great academic year.
Changing our position again, and we're going to be fetted with a dance item, compliments of the Utech Center for the Arts.
Great. Dance group performance piece 1 and action.
For your grace
See clearly, I will lift mine eyes to the hills from whence my help cometh. My help comes from you. Lead me, oh, lead me, oh, lead me to where I've never been before, a place I've never seen before. When I come to the end of myself, Father, carry me. Father, carry me. When I come to the end of myself, Father, carry me. Father, carry me. Carry me over. When the road is long and heavy, when it's dark and see clearly, I will lift mine eyes to the hills from whence my help cometh. My help it comes from you. Lead me, oh, lead me, oh, lead me to where I've never been before, a place I've never seen before. When I come to the end of myself, Father, carry me. Father, carry me. When I come to the end of myself, Father, carry me. Father, carry me. No, my help comes from the Lord, the one who made heaven and earth. You're mighty, you're stronger than any other. One thing that I desire of you, that I may dwell here with you forever. I'm chasing no other. When I come to the end of myself, Father, carry me. Father, carry me. When I come to the end of myself, Father, Father, carry me. Yeah. dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I'll say of the Lord, my everything, you're my food. My God, you will cover us with your feathers, and under your wings you will hide.
Love that presentation. Yes. Academic advisement serve as a critical facility that the university has provided or complemented the student experience with. And I am recommending you, don't go yet. I'm recommending that you stick and stay for this presentation that is coming out of the Office of the Vice Dean.
Good day, students. Welcome to the Faculty of Engineering and Computing. I'm here to offer what may just be the best advice you have received since the start of this forum. That is, get to know your academic advisor. Academic advisement is a gateway to academic success. It is an opportunity to obtain guidance and assistance in achieving your academic goals. This journey will require hard work and dedication. There may even be some sweat and tears along the way, and so you will need all the help you can get. One of those avenues for assistance is academic advisement. Some benefits of an academic advisor include establishing academic relationships, developing an academic plan, and tracking academic success as they advise on processes such as registration, module selection, grade forgiveness, transfers, module withdrawals, among other processes. Proper academic advisement may be the difference between completing your course of study in the allotted 4 years or completing your course of study in maybe 5 or 6 years. Academic advisement may be helpful in avoiding academic probation. Your academic advisor is not only able to assist you with your intellectual development, but by extension, your personal and professional development. Get to know your academic advisor. Where can you find your academic advisor? You can check your student portal, you can visit your program office, or you can visit the office of your student representatives. And your student representatives are Ms. Kadisha Cooper for the School of Engineering and Ms. Kishana Roberts for the School of Information Technology. Your student representatives will be able to provide you with the link shown here to complete a Google form. This Google form allows you to request the name and information of your academic advisors, as well as schedule advisement meetings. Your responsibility as an advisee is to, again, get to know your academic advisor. 2, schedule at least one academic advisement session per semester to ensure you are on track. Seek advisement early to mitigate against academic challenges. And once it is that you do step 5, which is read and understand your student handbook, then step 4 will come into play. Again, welcome to the Faculty of Engineering. We wish for you a great university experience, and remember, we are here to assist.
Thank you for being the beautiful audience that you are. Now we have come to almost the end of this portion of the event, and so we welcome at this time to move the vote of thanks Dr. Earl Wilson, Acting Vice Dean for the Faculty of Engineering and Computing, and following which we will be having our school breakout sessions. Have a good rest of the day, everyone.
Testing.
Good day, students. Welcome to the Faculty of Engineering and Computing.
I thought someone was doing that. It would have done me well, but I'm still tasked. In carrying out this function. So we are at the end. I'm seeing 2 hands. Yeah? Thank you very much. That's why when you have engineering and computing in the same room, you're not too sure if you should go to the left or to the right. Okay, the easiest part is this, to do the vote of thanks. And firstly, I must say thanks to you all for being here, coming out in person. I prefer the in-person thing, even though there's a penalty for it. It's if you were at home online, a long time, just leave up your status and go on about your business, Nobody would know that you're not here. But some of you have to bear with us sitting down and fall asleep. But that's how it goes at times. When you get to class, though, forget about the sleeping part. My task is just to say thanks to all who participate in this program. And I will start out with our Masters of Sermon, Miss Henry, for a job well done. Give her a round of applause for me, please, Miss Henry. Thank you very much. I wasn't here when the prayer was being said, but I'm sure God heard and blessed us all. So, Miss Gardner, she did it. That is the case. The presentations from our dean and our heads of schools, we thank them for their input and their directive to us. We thank the wider body of the university, like the steel band and the dance that just finished. Great items. And so tell us that you're part of a very large, holistic family. They're more than just studying and beating the books. And by the way, beat the books, Okay, in my course, I'm not for fail, Yeah, so we'll talk further. Do your work. Good, thanks. I want to make sure that you put on record and have that record from Mr. Record about the 7+1 steps that you need to do for, as this topic said, unlocking your purpose and passion. He has uploaded his presentation, and so hope you go and download it and pay attention to what aids in being successful in your journey through academia. I further thank the testimonials from the student, and I enjoy the most the presentation by Miss Cooper and Roberts. I mean, the live presentation. Weren't they dynamic? Can we get a round of applause from them? And I will not say who was more dynamic, because you're going to accuse me of being biased. So I'll keep that both of them were great in what they did. Last but not least, the last thing that was said by Ms. Reed in terms of academic advisement, take it seriously. And as was said, make sure you know your advisor and keep in touch. Don't wait until your GPA was, the first thing was said today was the issue of GPA. Don't wait till the GPA reaching too low before you get your advisor. Please speak as you go along. I know some of you are A students. I don't need anything at all. Just come get your work done and that's it. But even so, keep in touch with your advisor as you go along. So I take this opportunity to say thanks again to everybody who have participated, who have been here, and as I agree with everybody who said the live forum for me is better than the online one. But those of you who are online, big up to yourself. God bless. Thank you very much. I now hand over back to Miss Henry. Miss Henry, your time. Thank you very much.
And I've been living fast life, but I
Thank you. I must say you have been indeed a captive audience, and you were really, really in tune to the presentations. Put your hands together for yourselves. Really appreciate your attention, your focus, and I'm certain that you would have learned quite a bit. Now we're going to be going off in our school breakout sessions. And for those who are in Zoom land, we have already established some breakout rooms for you. It's already labeled according to your program or your course of study. So we invite you at this time to just join your appropriate rooms, all right? But before I go, there are some problems that I find our students do have, and I'm just encouraging you. For your completion of the registration, please complete the 10-step process. If you don't do that, you will not be able to be progressed to the following academic year. That has implications for you and your student status. And one thing I must encourage you to do, and we can't reiterate it enough, please utilize academic advisement facility. It is critical. I'm sure you would have been told about grade forgiveness before. If you were to, life happens and you fail a module, please, to improve your GPA, apply for grade forgiveness. You can get up to 12 credits or 15 credits forgiven, all right? The other thing is ensure that your GPA doesn't fall below 2.0. University experience can be fun, it can be exciting, it can also be distracting. So I'm encouraging you to remain focused, to start early, to manage your time, to be vigilant. All right? Everybody learn at different paces, and no one of us have the same study techniques. All right? You must know what works for you, and I am encouraging you to apply what works best for you. I can't reiterate it enough. I'm sure when you get into your program breakout session, you will be further advised. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We will close this session off now and encourage you to log on and go into your breakout rooms. The head of School of Skit is here. Mr. Richard Barrett, will you be meeting with your group in LT 50? Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. So Mr. Barrett will be meeting with the skit students now, and then they go into the breakout session. I'm not seeing Mr. Josephs. Of course, we have already pre-arranged the breakout session for online. So please, if you're an engineering student, log into your breakout room. All right. And then after Mr. Barrett is through with presenting to you, then you can go into your breakout session. Thank you so much. Blessings, everyone. Have a good rest of the academic year. And remember, in Students Affairs, we're on the ground floor. We're there to serve you. So if you have your concerns, you can come to us and we will direct you accordingly. All right?
One last thing, just a reminder of the tours that will happen after the breakout sessions conclude. So Skit will have their set and Engine will have their set as well. For Engine, we'll convene out there in the hallway after the sessions are finished and make our way over to the Engine basement, all right?
Young famous.
Happiness, if I broke, now my business, All I show you, go buy to All I care for the night, happiness, if I broke, now my business, All I show you, go buy to All I care for the night.
Young famous.
If I broke, now my business, how much I know you go right, All I care for the night, happiness, if I broke, now my business, how much I know you go right, All I care for the night.
Young famous.
He don't cast, last. Now everybody go to our breakfast.
You go bow for the result, though. Nothing to discuss, oh. Cause I did win by default and without any doubt, oh. I'm a me happy adult, oh. I no go feed the girl, I no go feed the girl insult, oh. I'm a mind that's in the dark, oh. I put my life into my job and I know I'm in trouble. She manipulate my love, oh.
Okay. Mic check. 1, 2. Okay. All right. So we have both schools here now. Okay.
All right, so for the engineering students, we're trying to get 1A66 and 1A67 open for you. So in the meantime, they're booked for them? Okay, great. So you guys can make your way outside, and we're going to head over to engine now and give Skit their privacy.
Whoa, I didn't know engineering had so many students here this morning.
So you can say what you want to and do what you want to, it's no